What's up, everybody? This is Scott from Ultimatum, and I'm going to be doing a tape update today by request. I've had a few requests. I recently received a little package of love, VCLT, from Corey's VC channel, and he sent me this little forced entry demo tape, 9 minutes of force, and mentioned that I had some other tapes, and several people asked that I send them, that I show some more of my tapes. I'm not a huge tape collector. I do have some, so I'll just go through them quickly, what I have, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about them, but I'm going to start off with a bunch of, I used to have hundreds and hundreds of these. I only have a handful left. I've gotten rid of most of them. This is Striper, a bootleg. I used to buy these things by the truckloads, you know, and they would sell them in the independent stores and do a lot of tape trading with people, just on the regular max out tapes with the black and white covers. Striper, I think that was live in Japan. Here is Aerosmith, Tower Theater, 1976, 78. Stupid glasses, 78. And then this is Thin Lizzy from Chicago, 1978. And then this is Black Sabbath. This one doesn't have a cover on it. This is Black Sabbath with 1983. This is with what's his name? Ian Gillan on vocals. So that's all I have left of those old bootleg tapes that I used to collect. I've gotten rid of most of them, traded them off. Just don't listen to them that often. I do have tons of bootleg CDs and vinyl, but just don't listen to tapes as much anymore. So I'm going to go through these quickly, show you what I have. It's not as much as you might think, but let's cruise through them. So this is Albert King blues tape. One of those bargain bin tapes I picked up years and years ago. Still don't have anything by him on CD or vinyl, so I held on to this tape. Do listen to this every once in a while. Q-Stone. This is a Christian southern rock, blues-based southern rock band. Never seen this one anywhere else, so that's why I still have it. And this is the one and only hip-hop album that I own. On tape. This is The Vibe by SFC. Love SFC. This would be yeah, I'm trying to remember, Super C. Can't remember the name of the DJ on this one though, because this is the one. This is their last album. But it has a couple songs that weren't on their last album. So, all right. So we've Queen. This is a promotional single for Innuendo. Don't know where I got this. I've had it forever. It's Queen, so I kept it. Local band, Blood Justice. This would have been from the early 90s. Power metal. Great band featuring former Combat Faith vocalist Albert Baca. And I believe it also had some members of the Musketeers and a couple other, maybe Extraction. This is all they ever released. This demo tape. No cover. This is how the demo came. Another local band. This is a local band from New Jersey, though. Alter, kind of a death thrash band. This tape actually belongs to my brother Todd. So Todd, if you're watching this, I saw your tape. This one here, local from New Jersey also, Faust. This one's not in the best of condition, so I've had this thing transferred to CD. Had the cover redone on it, but I still kept the tape. This is Faust, and this is Simulated Reality. This is pure thrash metal. Really good band from New Jersey. Local band from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Enforcer. This would have been from the early 90s, probably like around 93, maybe 92. And then another album by Enforcer called Product of Society. Just straightforward heavy metal, shred guitaring. The guitar player, whose name is slipping my mind at the moment, could just, I mean, he was like this Yngwie-esque guitar player who could just, you know, tear up a fretboard. This is another New Jersey local band, Belial. This was kind of your death thrash. Alright, we're cranking through. This is Glenn Kaiser and Daryl Mansfield. Kaiser Mansfield, Trimmed and Burned, and this is a blues, pure blues, kind of you know, it's got the dobro, acoustic guitars. Can't remember if it's kind of like I'd say a Chicago style blues is what I'm thinking this is, but very it's gospel blues, very good stuff. This has been released on CD. I don't have it on CD, therefore I still have my cassette tape. All right. The rest of this stuff is all heavy metal, so I'm just going to crank through this stuff quickly, show you what I have. Most of this stuff is stuff I don't own on CD, that's why I still own it on tape. This is Final Warning, Figurehead. This is, I believe, a Los Angeles speed metal band, kind of in the vein of Agent Steel or Deliverance, clean vocals, fast songs, great guitar solos. I really wish this would have been released on CD or vinyl. This is a fantastic album. I don't think this band ever released anything else. So, the Final Warning, Figurehead. Next up is the demo from Sardonyx, Rebel of Reason. This was released as bonus tracks on CD version. I believe it was Retroactive released the Majestic Serenity album and released these 4 songs on a CD. This is Devout Martyrdom. And despite the upside down cross, this is actually a Christian band. Early death metal. The cross is supposed to represent, you know, the death of Peter. Peter was said to have been crucified on the upside down cross because he didn't feel worthy to die like his Savior died. So anyhow, that's what this is all about. You know, martyr, dying for your beliefs. Megadeth, The Train of Consequence. This is a single. I don't know if anybody remembers in the 90s for a short while, they were putting out these cassette singles that they were actually called Cassingles, which is goofy as crap, but features a Toot Le Monde, I believe, Skin of Your Teeth Live. This is Tamplin. Ken Tamplin's, just Tamplin is the name of the album. This is on Benson, and I have this one on CD, but the reason I kept this one is because I have met Ken a few times, and this one is actually signed to me from Ken, so I probably will never get rid of this one. Ken is a great guitar player and a really good vocalist. His stuff's all over YouTube now. You can check out his channel. He does a lot of vocal tutoring and stuff like that now. The guy, he can pretty much sing anything. Alright, moving on. This is one of those K-Tel compilations, Rising Metal. And this is all thrash metal. Let's see what's on here. Have to put the spectacles on. Oops, dropped it. So what do we have on here? Exodus, Testament, Flotsam and Jetsam, Heathen, Trouble, who are not thrash. Still a great band. Death Angel, Nuclear Assault, Slayer, and Megadeth, and Overkill. So, yeah, pretty good compilation. Trouble's the one that sticks out a little bit on here, but still a cool comp from K-Tel. Another local band, Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is actually Angelic Force. This is actually the band that Robert Gutierrez and Steven Trujillo, who formed Ultimatum, came out of. Yeah, this had a female singer, Stacy. And Stacy and Robert actually playing in a band now together called Blue IV, I believe it's called. Very different from this. This is straightforward 80s heavy metal with female vocals. Let's see here. And since we're sticking on that, we'll show the very first Ultimatum demo, Fatal Delay. This was released in 1993. First thing I ever recorded. First cover I ever designed in Photoshop. Very early Photoshop, obviously. This one's still sealed. Probably will never open it. This one actually was released on CD. If you got one of the first 10 box sets, it was on the box set. And then Rox actually released a special edition of Puppet of Destruction on CD. And the first, I think it was 100 pre-orders, had a CD version of Fatal Delay. And I apologize to those people that have to listen to that. This is our first full-length cassette. There's actually a 6-song version of this Symphonic Extremities by Ultimatum as well. This was the 10-song version that we released by ourselves. So yeah, Symphonic Extremities by Ultimatum, 10 songs. This was actually released later on CD with an extra track, so the CD ended up having 11 tracks on it, and was just basically a compilation of our first, second, and third demo, and then an extra song. The Clergy. This is a punk band with a female lead singer, and Ultimatum did a show opening up for them, and Crash Dog, and Jesus Freaks, I believe, back in '94, I believe it was called, Hardcore '94. So The Clergy. Another local band, this is Dark Truth. These guys actually released several CDs, 2 or 3 CDs, which I also have. This is the only cassette they released, I believe. It's the only one I own by them. So local band from Albuquerque, Dark Truth. Gothic metal, kind of like Queensryche-ish music style, but very much darker, and kind of has a goth edge to it. Very bassy Danzig style vocals. Another local band, the Musketeers. This is one of their first demos after they changed their name from Rapture to the Musketeers. They released the Vacation from Hell demo before this one, where they changed style to thrash, and then they released this 4-song demo. Contained Poses of Deceit, Life of Emptiness, and I can't see the small type, Ye, and Nightmares. But Thrash Musketeers, I thought this was kind of cool. On the very side of the tape, it is printed. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but on the very edge of the tape, it says Jesus is Lord. So this is their demo tape. And then their first full-length album, this is the Downward Spiral, which was later released on CD with a far better cover than this one. It's a long story, but the Musketeers should have been signed to a major label. They were talking to labels, things didn't happen. They ended up releasing this by themselves. Unfortunately, it just never happened for them. They never saw that big label release. So, Downward Spiral, and then this is from like '97. This is supposed to be a pre-release. That's what it's called, the Musketeers pre-release. But the album that never followed this, so this is all that was released in '97. The Musketeers. 4-song demo contained Return, Take My Life, Death or Life, and Theo. Yeah, it's Greek, I believe. Theo. Let's just leave these on. Agnolia, Philo, Agnolia. Pretty sure that's. Pretty sure it's Greek. Anyhow, this demo, unlike the other two, which I love, this one's a little unfinished sounding to me, and I do believe it was unfinished. Unfortunately, Paul Scazafava no longer can play guitar. He has Parkinson's disease, so big bummer. But he's still a pastor up in Santa Fe, New Mexico. God-Fear, No God. This was the first album that they released after changing their name from Transcendence to God-Fear. God-Fear were a Texas-based band. I don't know, groove kind of stuff. Kind of Pantera meets the first Korn album. Very good album, actually. This is actually my favorite of the 3 albums they released under that name. Ultimatum opened up for them a few times. Good album. A couple of singles from Striper, I Still Believe in You. And this one is Keep the Fire Burning. I'm still a huge Striper fan, so. Another single, this is from Precious Death. This is some new songs. And this is actually a pre-release to their second full-length album. And it contained 4 songs, and I wrote them down because I knew I was going to forget. But it contains I Feel the Earth Move, which is Carole King cover. Kind of a cool heavy metal version of that. Southpaw demo, So Far Away, and some new song. So, yeah. And then this is the Precious Death's Our Stinking demo. This is a 4-song demo, and I love this demo. This preceded Southpaw, which is a great album. They ended up releasing 3 full-length albums. First album, Southpaw, was awesome. Second album was decent. They were pushing towards the Pantera sound. Third album sucked. It's the only way I can really say it. But this demo tape is great. Love this demo tape. Discovered this when I went to go see Vengeance Rising play. Roger Martinez was playing through the loudspeaker before Vengeance played on their Released Upon the Earth tour. Heard it, and everybody was asking, who's that? Precious Death. Alright, Pennsylvania thrash metal, speed metal, whatever you want to call it. It's actually what's playing in the background. This is Thresher, Totally Possessed. And this is a great album. This one has never been officially released on anything but cassette. However, they released a few years ago, they recorded a second album that was never released, and a few years ago Rox Records put out the second album, which is called Here I Am. I believe it was like 2008, 9, 10, somewhere in that area. They put out the Here I Am, and this was actually released on the first 100 pre-releases sold, so it was like a 2 CD version of it. Crank it through it, be as quick as I can. Texas-based death thrash band, Red Ink. This is Raw Meat. Raw Meat on the Cross for You. Yep, this is a Christian death thrash band. Great stuff. Very, very vulgar cover. Probably not far from the truth, though. And then this is their second release, Brutal Recompense. Both of these are great. They've never been released ever again on CD, vinyl, or anything. Only ever released these 2 cassettes and disappeared into obscurity. So, all right. We've got Exalt Dark War. This is actually their first album, which was released only on cassette. I don't think this was ever released on CD, not officially. Might have been bootlegged, but they did release a second and third album. Second album was also good. Third album was okay, but this is probably the best thing they ever released right here. Light Force, Break the Curse. This is Mortification under the name Light Force. People know, you know, Mortification changed their name to Mortification in, was it 1990? They recorded this demo tape under the Light Force name, but this sounds like Mortification, not like the old Light Force stuff, which was kind of like early Iron Maiden-ish, you know, the Paul Di'Anno vocal styles and all that Manowar-ish Iron Maiden style bass that Steve Rowe was doing. This here is your typical death thrash, very German, Teutonic thrash influenced, like Creator and Sodom, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is the Light Force demo. Kind of cool. It's on a black tape with gold print. Pretty rare tape. This is actually going to be released on vinyl pretty soon under the name Mortification, Break the Curse, 1990. Alright, getting down to the bottom of the barrel here. Band from Rochester, New York. Band I did some work for back when I was in college, 1987. Holy Saints. Chris Brooks was the singer's name. Very good friend of mine who passed away several years ago. This is their first full-length album. It was just self-titled. They also recorded a demo before this, which I also had, but I actually gave it to a record company who were supposed to put it out on CD, and they did send me a copy of that CD, but they never sent my demo back. Killed by Cain. This is produced by Dale Thompson of Bride. Kind of sounds like Bride. This was available on CD. I don't own it, therefore I still own the cassette. Not a favorite. Not bad though. It's a decent heavy metal album. This album's great. This is a 4-song demo by Albuquerque local band Angels in Exile. These just great speed thrash. And the song, the last song in here, I believe it is. No, the first song on here, Eyes to the Sky. Great song. I believe that song is on YouTube. Look it up. It's just a really good song. The singer was a paraplegic in this band who, I believe he got into an accident. I can't remember if it was a car accident, motorcycle accident. But the song is all based on his life and what he went through. And basically, you know, where he had to, not a Christian band, but how he had to look to God for help. So, Angels in Exile. Cruising along, almost to the bottom. Jeff Sheets' Dig. This one was released on CD. Unfortunately, I don't have it. This is instrumental. Not really shredding, not like more Joe Satriani, like, you know, very good songs. A couple songs have kind of an AC/DC vibe to them. Another one of those singles. Extreme, Stop the World. Stop the World. Good song, I like that song. I always thought Extreme on this album kind of had a Queen-like sound to them. Anyhow, good stuff. I can't remember what's on the B-side of this one. Warheads, another good song off of Three Sides to Every Story. The Lead. This is the Automalak. This is a punk band, punk hardcore, female vocals, and this is their second out. This is their, I don't know, first, second, third demo, early demo stuff before they finally put out a CD. And then this is The Past Behind, which is a similar style, very kind of a mixture of punk and hardcore, female vocals, very good stuff. Guitar player from this band ended up recording Frank's Enemy 7 years later. Alright, got 5 more to go, and that's it. That is, well, actually, 7 more to go. This is a Warrior Fighting the Earth. I have this one on vinyl, CD, and cassette. One of the few I have on all 3 formats. Love this album. I've had this tape since I was in, I don't know, college. I just never traded it, never got rid of it. Still have it. Still works. Metal Blade Records. Another cassette single. This is for the thrash band Betrayal. This features a couple songs that weren't released on there. They had 2 albums out, and the second album was called The Passing, and there's 2 songs on here that Fear Be Gone and Fallen Deceived. And I believe the Fallen Deceived is a remix of the song, kind of has an industrial edge to it. Cassette single. More local bands. This is Combat Faith. Just straightforward heavy metal. Albert Bach on vocals, Rick Buteau on guitar and bass. The drummer in this band actually ended up becoming Ultimatum's drummer, Alan Tuma. So this is, I believe, their first demo, and then this is their second demo. And in this really fuzzy black and white picture, Alan is pictured right there. Not that you can really see him, but I've seen this band in concert 20, 30 times over the years, back in the early 90s when they were around. 3 more to go. I'm going to have to run out of camera real quick because I forgot to grab a couple. But AC/DC, Highway to Hell. I didn't know I even had this one still until I was digging through the closet looking for all my tapes to show you guys. And this one was still in there. So don't know why I still have this one. I have it on CD. I have it on vinyl. I have it on tape. Alright, 1 second. Sorry about that. That's rude. Last 2. Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime. I love the first 3 Queensryche albums. When this one came out, honestly, I was a little disappointed in it. Everybody else seems to think this is their best album. I don't think it's their best album. It's a good album, but I like the first 3 better. The reason I have this tape is because, if I can get it out, it is, see if I can get it out of the little package here. And hold it together. Autographed by the entire band. And that's the only reason I'm really holding on to onto this one. And here's the other side. So Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime. And the last one I'm going to show is from one of my all-time favorite bands. This one is actually sealed. It's Aerosmith's Permanent Vacation. I own this one for one reason only, and this is another one I own on CD, vinyl, and tape. On the cassette version of this, which is going to be kind of hard to see here. I don't know if it can be seen when you zoom in or not, but the Aerosmith logo and the Permanent Vacation logo is actually printed on the plastic cassette, as opposed to on the paper insert. The insert's just the red and black. A lot of versions of this have the logo and the Permanent Vacation logo printed on the card, but this actually has it printed on the plastic jewel case. So this one's sealed. It's staying sealed. It's just a collector's item for me, being an Aerosmith fanatic. And that's it. That's pretty much my entire tape collection. So there. I was asked to show it, and I showed it. So I hope you appreciated it. A lot of demo stuff, a lot of local bands that I held on to for over the years. Appreciate y'all watching. If maybe I turned you on to some new music, some of this stuff, if you're really interested in trading, I may be willing to trade some of it, like that AC/DC. Give me a holler. So that's it for this episode. So God bless. Stay strong.